Hello and welcome to our first podcast for Murfreesboro City Schools. I'm Lisa Trail. I'm here with Dr. Trey Duke, and welcome to Between the Bells.
Man, I am so excited about this,
too.
a podcast. It's going to be great.
I'm a little nervous, a lot excited.
I think it's a new format for us, something different from our traditional State of the Schools. I think it's going to be a lot of fun and give the audience a chance to hear someone other than from just me.
I'm sure they'll all love that.
That's right.
So anyway, let's talk about you first.
Okay.
I'm gonna give your introduction. If I had to write a bio for you, I wrote it in 2 minutes this morning.
Okay.
So I'm hoping I'm with you on this one. Over 20 years in education, 5 years as our director of schools. You were you're a principal, administrator for some other district, a principal, classroom teacher.
Yes.
Is that right?
All those things.
In the order, kind of.
Yeah, absolutely. Started in the classroom, obviously taught 4th and 5th grade, moved into an assistant principal role, principal, central office administrator, principal here in Murfreesboro City, got to open up Salem, which was just amazing. And now the director of schools, and it's hard. I mean, I truly can't believe I'm starting my 5th year.
I know, but let's talk about that.
Yeah.
You also, through these 20 years, how many years actually is it?
I don't know, like 22, I think.
Okay, all right. So 20
I'm
plus.
not close to retirement, I know that. So.
20 plus years.
Yeah.
You have received national awards as a classroom teacher.
Yep.
You received the Milken Educator Award.
Yep.
And that is a big deal.
Yeah, it was really a huge honor. The Milken Family Foundation, their goal is to elevate and spotlight excellent teachers who are young in their career, really as a way to kind of promote that they stay in the teaching profession. So it was a huge honor. It was a lot of fun. And, and we also have another Milken educator in Murfreesboro City, Raven Brooks. And I think that was probably one of my favorite things ever about this job, knowing how special that Milken National Educator Award is, and then to be able to be here and see one of our teachers get it as well. It was fantastic.
I think that you were actually giddy when they called.
Yeah, I was real happy.
You were so excited to tell your secret, but not to tell your secret at the same time. You've also received a national award for being the top school communicator as a director of schools, which I was very excited about.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
I've never been told I talk too little, we'll put it that way. So I think no one was surprised to get a communication award if they've been around me.
Right. And right now you are actually the Mid-Cumberland Superintendent of the Year.
Yeah, again, a fantastic honor for our Mid-Cumberland region to be one of the 9 finalists for State Superintendent of the Year. It was a huge honor, and I think at the end of the day, all of that is just about a focus on doing what's best for kids and then being surrounded by really great people. So when I was a classroom teacher, I was surrounded by excellent teachers in my team that really helped me. Same thing as principal, and then here at the district office, any of the accolades we get here as a district is really about the people who work in this building at our central office, and most importantly in our schools with our kids.
But overall, just not too shabby.
Yeah,
I bet your mom's proud.
My mom's proud. That's right.
If no one else is, your mom's always proud. All right, so let's get into the gist of this. So I'm going to ask you several questions.
Okay.
Some I want to give you a chance to answer. Others, it's going to be really quick questions.
Okay.
So this is going to be the hardest part for you.
Yeah.
Like 2-word answers.
We can do it.
But we'll start with the big ones, okay? So tell me, I'm going to look at my notes for a second. What's something people might be surprised about your job and the job now, not the past jobs?
Well, I think, this job is really about organizing and managing an entire school system, which is more than just the teaching in the classroom and the principals. It's school nutrition, it's transportation, it's maintenance, it's payroll, it's finance, it's communication. All of that, really falls under my umbrella to help make sure we're all pushing in the same direction. And so I think what people would be probably surprised is how much time I spend collaborating and working with other people, how much time we come together to talk about, here's this project, what is this person's role in it, what is this person's role in it, and the amount of time it takes to plan to implement something that's going to impact 2,000 employees, 9,000 students, in 13 schools.
So if you really think about it, you're one of the largest employers. So you're the CEO of one of the largest employers in our city.
Yeah.
With a lot of money that you're having to watch over as well.
Absolutely. You're looking at roughly about $125 million when it comes to both our local budget, our state budget, our federal budget. And we take really seriously that we understand this is taxpayer money.
Yeah.
And we want to make sure that we're good stewards of that taxpayer money. And at the end of the day, we're using every resource we have to make really good investments in education so our kids and our students are better off.
So that 4th and 5th grade math pays off for you. That you were teaching in the classroom. Yeah. What is one project that you're currently really excited about?
We mentioned it's our 5th year, or my 5th year coming into this role. And this year we're starting the launch of our new strategic plan. It's hard to believe we're at the end of the strategic plan that we did as a district 5 years ago. But this is a chance for us to kind of step back, to reassess what we've done over the last 5 years, and to really work with the board to set some really strong goals for the next 5 years. So the 5-year strategic plan will really guide everything we do. It's going to guide our budget. It's going to guide our hiring. It's going to really serve as the fence for this is how we're going to operate and this is what we're going to do. And I just love doing planning. I love doing long-term strategic planning. And so I'm excited to talk to our teachers, to talk to our community, to talk to the board about where do we want to see ourselves go in the next 5 years. I have some great things percolating in my mind that I can't wait to share and get feedback on.
So last time it was known, safe, challenged, empowered.
Yes.
We have branded that.
That's right.
We've got to keep it somehow.
Oh, it'll stay in there. It'll stay in there. That vision's going to stay in there.
Okay. So you're talking about a whole lot of stuff. It gets busy here. Like our balls are always in the air.
Yeah.
Our plates are always spinning. And I can't even imagine the stress that you have to deal with. So what is one of the things that you do on a fairly often basis to distress?
Yeah, I think there's a couple things. Of course, family time is great. Going to my son's football games, spending time with my older son, driving around with him. That's also a way for me to kind of decompress, to let some of that stress go. But during the work day, I always say if I'm having a tough day, if it's a busy week, there is nothing like getting into a school. I get energized by being with students in classrooms. I love walking through a cafeteria during the middle of the school day because that's when you really find out what's going on. Is when kids, we're talking back and forth over some pizza pockets or whatever. But that's really what energizes me and keeps me going. And so any chance I have to get back into a school, to talk to a student, to spend some time with them, to sit in the classroom of one of our amazing teachers and see what they're doing, that really kind of recenters me and says, yeah, this is the right work. We're on the right path. We're doing good things for kids.
I loved whenever you came here from being a principal to the director, and you'd walk into Salem's halls and they would say, hey, Mr. Dr. Duke, Mr. Dr. Duke. And I'm like, that's so funny when they would do that. Because you had gone in between. You'd gone.
I started as Mr. ended as Dr.
Actually.
And, so Mr. Dr. Duke was
it was my favorite, Mr. Dr. Duke. So one of the things you just mentioned was about your kids. So I know you're doing driver's ed a little bit here on the side. So good luck with that.
Yeah, I got a 16-year-old learning to drive. So, just
but let's talk about those 14-year-old and the new role you're playing as a father of a 14-year-old football player.
Yeah, so he's playing football at Rockville High on the freshman team. It's great fun. So most likely you're going to see me in a concession stand if you go to a Rockville game. So I'll be happy to serve you up a rocket dog or a hamburger and some nachos. So make sure you say hi if you see me at the concession stand.
I love
It's
that.
a lot of fun, though. It's a way to give back and support the students. And the football program does so much for kids. And it just takes a village, and it takes everybody to come together to pull things off here in our district and for all the students in our community.
And you had maybe a former child student, I guess, that thought you had changed jobs last week?
They did. It is a voluntary role I'm taking as the concession stand worker.
Still not ready to retire.
Some of the students were like, I thought you were working in the school, right? So it is a voluntary role. I'm keeping my day job.
So if you weren't doing this job, what would you be doing? And I'm talking about non-education.
Yeah. I always said if I wasn't doing this, my father wanted me to be a pastor, right?
Okay.
And so,
that one's gone.
Kind of went a different direction. But I would say what I would love to do, I would go back to journalism school. I would love to be a journalist. I would love to be a news anchor. Like nothing better. I love the news. I don't record a lot of things, but every night I record the news because I love to watch the news and get to watch that.
You record the news?
I do record the news because
such
I'm very
a nerd.
busy. There's a lot of nights I'm not home, but I want to stay up to date. I am a little bit of a nerd there. But I would love to be sitting behind a news desk if I wasn't doing this.
Oh, well, we have
And
you a microphone.
I love a teleprompter.
Yeah,
I love a teleprompter.
You do love a teleprompter, that is for sure. And you have a mic in front of you, so, podcast. I'm sorry, this is all I can give you. All right, ready for your quick questions? Because we're going to wrap this up.
Yes.
All right, quick questions. I've got to look at my notes here.
Okay.
What's your go-to coffee order?
A skinny vanilla latte.
kind of a teenage girl thing, but okay.
Well, it's a lot. A little vanilla, skinny. I'm not as young as I used to be, so I got to watch the calories.
Okay, a skinny vanilla latte it is. Favorite school event?
Oh, MTSU Education Day basketball game when we take our kids to MTSU. The noise, the excitement, the energy, fantastic.
So loud. It's like a boy band loud.
Yeah.
Oh, so loud. Favorite school lunch?
As a kid, it was chicken nuggets and mashed potatoes. Like that was my favorite. You use the chicken nuggets to scoop up the mashed potatoes. I will say that when I was a principal at one of my schools, they would serve biscuits and gravy for breakfast sometimes. And I always knew it was that day because my cafeteria manager, I'd walk into my office and there'd be one sitting on my desk. That was a nice, that was a perk to the job.
Beach or mountain?
Beach.
Oh, okay. That surprised me.
I love a good
especially,
mountain. I love a good mountain, but I could sit on the beach with
your skinny vanilla
with my skinny vanilla. Don't make fun of me. With my skinny vanilla latte, hey, all day.
Okay. I would have something else in my hand, but good for you. So, okay. How many first graders are currently in our district?
1,310 first graders running around these buildings.
That is a lot. Okay. Ready for this one?
Yeah.
Name 10 of our 14 schools.
Oh, come on. Black Fox, Bradley, Reeves, Rogers, Cason Lane, Discovery, Salem, Scales, Overall, Irma Siegel, and John Pittard.
Good for you. Yeah. I was going to make you do all of them, and I thought that was just mean. So
I could. I need a checklist.
You really have to have more fingers. So, any big news or announcements we need to share?
We've had a great first quarter of the school year. It's really hard to believe that we're now on that sprint toward the end of first semester. Probably the biggest piece of news in the district is we do have a new school board chair. Miss Amanda Moore, who was our vice chair, has now been voted as the chair of the board, and she succeeds Mr. Butch Campbell, who served, I think, 11 years as our school board chair. Mm-hmm. He has just been a great leader for us, and he's kind of passing that torch on. He's still on the board, but we're excited to work with Miss Moore and the leadership she's going to bring. Yeah,
I'm very excited, and I know Mr. Campbell's excited too. He's going to step down and be vice chair.
Yeah.
Ready to work with Amanda for sure. We love her. She's been so good for our district. Yeah. Do you know who the next guest is?
I do know who the next guest is.
You announce it.
And you are probably, I don't know if you're ready for the next guest. So my understanding is you're talking to Dr. Jeremy Lewis, principal of Bradley Academy.
Yeah.
He's a... he's going to be fun. He's going to be fun. So hope you're ready.
Is him. Love Dr. Lewis, and he's going to be our first guest as a principal. So thank you for listening to us. I can't wait. I will finish it up with Dr. Lewis. And we're back with segment 2 of our first ever podcast. We have Dr. Jeremy Lewis with us. Thank you for being my first principal on our podcast.
I'm glad to be the first principal. Thank you for having me today.
Do you know the name of the podcast?
I do not. It is Between the Bells.
That's the
name of this podcast.
That's it. So we're so glad to have you here. I'm going to ask you a series of questions.
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. First of all, we'll start and introduce you a little bit more than that. So Dr. Lewis is the principal at Bradley Academy. You've been with us 3 years,
This is year 3.
10 years as a principal.
Correct.
19 years in education.
That's right.
So I guess you're qualified to be on my podcast.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Yes. Okay. So when we're talking about Bradley Academy, and we get confused sometimes. People think it's a museum. It's not. Right. It's the school. So Bradley Academy Elementary, what makes your school stand out?
I think what makes our school stand out, and speaking of the museum, sometimes we do have some people who show up thinking they're coming to the museum, or we'll get mail deliveries, and we've got to talk to them, hey, there might be a different place that it's going. What makes Bradley stand out, I think, is our community, our culture, the way that the school feels. Also, all the success that we have. We are a school that is very diverse. We are a school that has students and families from all different types of backgrounds. We are a school that has a diverse group of teachers, but we all work together for the best interest of the students. And so, thinking about all of the great work that our teachers are doing, our students are terrific. I'm a parent as well at Bradley. My own daughters are there, and I'm proud that my twin daughters are there in 5th grade. Another thing that makes us really unique, or that I'm really proud of at Bradley, is that we have a drama program during the school day. It is one of our special area classes, where some schools might have a STEAM class. Ours is drama. So all of our students, anywhere from kindergarten to 6th grade, go to that drama class one day a week, which is really fun.
And that's part of that arts integration.
That's right.
So you are actually an arts integrated STEAM school. Tennessee STEAM school.
That's right. And to our knowledge, we're the only elementary school in Tennessee that has drama as a class during the day. There are plenty, I'm sure, that have it as a club before or after school. And not only do we have it as a class, but we work toward that spring musical.
Can you say it
We
yet?
can talk about it.
Can
So,
you? Do you know?
definitely.
So it's already announced. All right,
Oh, it's announced.
Let's
It's
talk about
Matilda
it.
Junior this year.
Matilda, I can't
Yes.
wait to see
Yeah,
it.
it'll be great.
I'm excited for it. So, what is a recent success story that? And I know what you're going to say, but I want to give you the whole drum roll and everything.
Okay.
Tell me, what do you want to brag about at your school?
Well, I have a lot to brag about at Bradley from, again, our awesome staff, our awesome students, our terrific families who support us, our wonderful community partners. But I'm going to go ahead and talk about our success with TCAP. And so it'll be TVOS Level 5. It's 4 years in a row.
4 years.
And the best way that I can describe TVOS, it's another word for growth. And it's answering the question, did our students grow academically as they were expected to? A level 3 means that students grew as expected. A level 4 means that they grew more than expected. And level 5 means that they grew significantly more than expected. And to make that happen 4 years in a row, that's really a testament to our teachers, to our students, to just really our school community. That's pairing high support with high expectations for our students, and our students do a great job of rising to that expectation.
Yeah, and if you really think about it in the thought process of that child, a child who is in first grade has now been a level 5, first, second, third, and fourth grade.
That's right.
You are prepping those kids for middle school.
Yeah, because what we're doing is that not only are they growing academically, but we're seeing more and more students reach that proficiency line as well, to where they are doing well academically. So they're meeting achievement marks, and by way of meeting growth measurements.
Well, congratulations on that. That is big.
Thank you.
So, what is, when you, as a principal, what's your typical school day?
My day sometimes can look about the same. I gotta always be ready for anything. My background is in middle school and high school. This is year 3 in elementary. I am thoroughly enjoying myself, but it is very different than middle school, as you might imagine. My typical day looks like I love car rider arrival. That's where I can be available for especially parents. And we have fun welcoming all of our car riders in. Then after that, I get around to every class. So I get into each class.
Every class.
Every day.
Wow.
We're a fairly small school, but I love to be able to say good morning to our teachers, good morning to our students. And then it might make me a little unique, maybe even odd, but I enjoy cafeteria duty. So I use the cafeteria as a time to make even more relationship connections with our students, to, again, of course, supervise and help out as well. But I am in the cafeteria every day if I'm at school. So for all the lunches.
So interestingly enough, I know you didn't hear Dr. Duke's interview, but cafeteria, one of his favorite times.
Oh, wow. I knew he was a good guy.
Like,
Good
apparently
guy. I
there
like
is
him.
something to be said about that cafeteria
Definitely.
duty. So what are you seeing right now? Like, one of your biggest challenges? How do you plan on facing it? What's happening that you really want people to know about?
So I would say maybe one of our challenges now is continuing to learn about our newest students, being our kindergarten friends. Each year has definitely been different. The first year was a huge learning experience, coming from a 6th, 7th, and 8th grade school to a school now with 5-year-olds. Kindergartners are wonderful, and you see the most amount of growth in kindergartners throughout the year. But definitely this year, just figuring out what makes some of our kindergartners tick and figuring out what can be the best support for those students. We're up to the challenge 100%. Yeah. And even across the grade level, we have about 52, 53 kindergartners. They're like night and day from the beginning of August, right? They've grown so much, but still just figuring out how can we best support those kindergarten teachers and students. That would probably be the challenge that we're up to the task, but that we're facing now.
I do remember your first interaction with your families, and we did popsicles with the principals.
That's right.
And I thought it was so funny because you were used to these middle schoolers. And then all of a sudden you have these kindergarten kids that are actually hugging on you.
Yes.
Very different.
Very different.
And needing their popsicles opened and
That's
all of
right.
that kind of good stuff. So I know that that's been different for you, but you have embraced it. These
I really
kids
enjoy
love
it.
you.
Yeah, I really enjoy it.
Tell me who influenced you most. What's a teacher that really comes to mind? And you can name more than one if you want to.
Okay. I think that when I was a teacher, I taught in Memphis. I taught middle school social studies. I would actually call out my principal. His name was Kevin Malone. Still keep in contact with him. He still works in Memphis City Schools, what's now Memphis Shelby County Schools. And I don't know. I think that he saw something in me that I might not have seen at the time. Maybe being someone who might venture into school administration. And he would encourage me to take opportunities, whether that be in the school that we were in. We were at Bellevue Middle School in Midtown Memphis, or being, going into school. Because I started my doctorate pretty early, and he really pushed me. He didn't do that himself, but he pushed me to do that. And you know what he did? I think it was maybe my third year. He gave me 2 planning periods. Guess what I did with my second planning period? I'll give you one guess based on my earlier answers.
You were in the lunchroom?
I was in the cafeteria. So he had me running lunches, at maybe 25 years old. But again, maybe that's where my love for it started, but it was a lot of fun.
That's where you can connect, that's for
right.
sure.
That's right, for sure.
Yeah. So going back to your elementary, as a child, who was your favorite, or who influenced you? Not favorite, because we always have lots of different favorites.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. I went to 2 different elementary schools in Memphis, Grahamwood Elementary and Richland Elementary. I think that maybe Mrs. Adams was my first grade teacher. And I don't know that I have like a specific story. I just remember that she was just so loving and caring, but she had very high expectations of us.
I think that's one of the things that I tell people all the time. Elementary teachers, they just imprint on these children.
Right.
Like that's when you talk about favorite teachers, I am surprised that several of our principals who taught here in the classroom, how many of their kids still come back to see them in their school.
Right.
And I'm like, wow,
And it's that idea of you may not remember a certain moment or a certain thing that they taught you, but you remember how they made you feel.
Absolutely.
And so that would have been it for me.
Okay. All right. I'm going to move on to the rapid fire. You ready?
We're ready.
All right. I'm going to use my cheat sheet.
Okay.
You can't look at it.
Okay.
All right. Favorite school lunch?
Okay. Favorite lunch. I'm going to go with the walking taco. Let's go with that. So this is a thing. Sometimes it's called
Served
that.
in our cafeteria.
Yeah. Sometimes it's called that. Sometimes it might not be, but it's that mixture of the ground beef, the cheese, the nachos, and some of our students, they'll even put their beef or cheese in the chip bag and mix it all together. Have you ever done this, Lisa Trey?
I have never.
A walking
Never.
taco? Okay,
No.
well, we may need to
maybe I
invite
need
you
to.
out to Bradley on a walking taco day.
It's not like
It's portable.
Doritos
That's
in-
right.
in a bag?
That's right, yeah.
Oh,
or
yeah, yeah.
Tostito
Okay,
chips, tortilla
okay,
chips,
okay.
and you throw everything in there. Might shake it up a bit
Oh.
to get the flavors.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, you can't go wrong. Or anything chicken. Like I think yesterday was fried chicken. It was wonderful. It was great.
so
Great food.
good. I agree. I've never had a bad lunch meal in our cafeteria.
No one has.
Okay. What's your go-to stress reliever when you need a moment of peace in the chaos?
So
You
is
can't
this
use-
during the
you
school
can't-
day?
Yes. But
Okay,
you can't
during
use
the school
cafeteria
day.
again.
So I can't go
Yeah,
relax
that's-
in the cafeteria.
Now we know that is your
Okay.
go-to place.
Okay.
Where else is your go-to place?
I'm probably just going to go into a couple classrooms and just go sit and just kind of like soak in, whatever's happening, like the instruction or
Okay.
that students are really enjoying, the activity. Maybe it's like a really engaging science experiment or something like that. So just, kind of taking myself out of maybe what might be stressful or hectic or chaotic and just kind of going and being in the moment.
So you kind of go
being
back
present.
to teacher mode.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Okay. If you could switch places with anyone, any of your staff members, actually, I'll let you go across the board. Anybody in Murfreesboro City Schools, who would you switch places with, just for a day?
For a day. Oh boy. I would probably, the easy answer might be like a 6th grade teacher because that's my background, but I'm going to go PE. I'm going to go PE because I thought about doing that at one point. I thought about maybe when I was like a history major in college, I thought about going into physical education. So maybe into PE because like I love sports and I love, instruction through sports and things like that.
Who's your PE teacher?
Kobe Timberlake.
That's right. Who has a long history at Bradley.
Oh yeah, he's a legacy at Bradley.
Yeah,
Yes,
which is
ma'am.
cool. So y'all can switch one day.
Oh yeah.
That'd be
And
great.
he could take my job. That's great.
That would be awesome. We'll watch that happen.
For sure.
Okay. Last question for me.
Okay.
If your school had a talent show, what would your talent be?
Well, I thought about this question and I thought about, I'm going to be honest, Miss Trail, I thought about just kind of making something up, but I'm going to be honest.
Okay.
I can sing.
Can
But
you?
you will never hear me. You will never hear me sing. But I can sing,
Okay.
and I'm not trying to say that in a
Like a
boastful way.
bass?
I was more in high school. I was bass one. I might say something in between like a bass and a tenor, more like a baritone.
Okay.
So yes,
So what's your go-to song in the car?
in the car. Oh, I'm listening.
You know, when no one else is listening to you, what are you singing?
I don't know that I'm even singing that. Like
So in your head you can sing.
no, I can really. I can really know. I do. I did make some honor choirs in high school and things like that at the state level.
Oh.
But yeah, I don't know that I just ride around singing, but I think that my background might be something a little bit more like a church type, type choir type singing, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Maybe not like, modern.
I mean, you
rock
do
and
have
roll.
two twin girls. I'm sure you listen to a lot of.
Big into musical theater.
Yeah.
So those kind of things. I'm a big fan of musical theater as well. So maybe along that genre.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
nothing like poppy or things that you might hear on the radio.
Okay. Got it. We'll call upon you to do that one day.
Maybe.
All right.
We'll see.
Last, as we wrap it up,
Okay.
if you could give a piece of advice to either a student or a teacher, what would you give?
I think to a student, I would say never doubt your influence, like your power, like your ability to be a change agent. I think about our students and they come from a variety of backgrounds, but and just thinking about all of the people who are rooting for them, who are their cheerleaders, who are their supporters, and really never doubting their ability to be a positive influence on their peers, their family, their community, or the world. I mean, as big as the world, that really the sky's the limit. And especially also with age, don't ever diminish or doubt your influence or your ability to make change. Being a fourth grader or being a sixth grader, like you can legitimately do that. And it just takes, one adult sometimes to see that and support that and cultivate that. So that would be my advice.
That's deep.
Wow. Okay.
That's really
Sorry,
deep.
yeah,
No, I
yeah.
love it. I love it. So thank you for being with me.
Of course.
And it's a wrap for our first podcast, Between the Bells. So thanks for listening or watching, whichever way it works for you.
Between the Bells.
Between the Bells. Pretty cool, isn't it?
I like the name.
All right.
Yeah, it's
there
great.
you go. So thanks, everyone.